welcome back everyone to those of you online and live in Warsaw. So in this session, we're going to have an update on the ProOrg project from Roberto Pinton. Now, the ProOrg project will develop a set of strategies and tools that can help organic food processors in the selection of appropriate technologies. It will give guidance for making the best choice for careful, minimal and mild processing methods. There will be an opportunity to ask Roberto questions after his update, so please add any questions into the chat on StreamYard, or if you're in the room, just put your hand up and we will come to you. Over to you, Roberto.
Thank you, Sarah. So, do you see my screen? Are you seeing the screen?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. So, a couple of slides to frame the contest. We are more than 3.5 million farmers and processors of organic products worldwide. And if, as European organic operators, we were a country, we would have more inhabitants than countries whose leader speaks at the United Nations or can be president of the European Council. So we must be aware of our importance. Even market is relevant. From the Commission data, we know that every European eats 10 organic bananas a year, which means for every European who does not eat organic bananas, there is another one who eats 20. In the future, we hope to have data not only on the imported products, but even on European products. The market will grow further. The Farm to Fork strategy and the promotion initiatives envisaged by the European Action Plan are added to the interest of consumer. The legislative framework is precise for agricultural production, but less for processing, because it limits itself to indicating that processing must be done with care, without defining the criterion. It doesn't even say much about techniques, so more information is needed and research is needed to evaluate the best techniques. We have a situation at the European level. We have 3 companies with a turnover over 1 billion euros, and at the end of the year, another one will add to the group. But we have over 80,000 smaller companies involved in processing of organic products, where a few companies, therefore, can afford large investments in research. And it is the reason why we need to join forces and manage projects together, nationally and transnationally. Organizations from 8 European countries have set up a consortium that participated in a call issued by ProOrg, which is an European network that give funds to allow research projects on organic food and farming. The project was, this is ProOrg, which involve 26 European ministry and research institutions at all European, not only EU level. The project was aimed to develop a code of practice which provides strategies and tools helping companies to make the best choices for careful processing methods, reducing additives, increasing organic food quality, and keeping low environmental impact in line with organic principles. So it's not possible to summarize 3 years of project in a few minutes. I just give you a few flashes, inviting you to visit the project website, where you will find many more results. After a discussion with the stakeholders, it was defined what careful processing means. And the aim is limit the impact of processing on the quality of food, nutritional and sensory qualities, enhancing shelf life of products, and taking care of people and all environmental factors which are directly or indirectly involved in processing. Over 2/3 of the operators which we involved found a code of good practice useful. And very practical research has been done on the quality of products and techniques. Since we are in Poland, I will mention two about apples. At the end of a research resulted that squeezing performs better than centrifugation when we are speaking about apple juice, both from a nutritional and economic point of view. Another, because we offer better nutritional value with the more flavonoids, polyphenols, vitamin C, but even from an economic point of view, because the result was higher in terms of weight of products. Another research was about cooking under vacuum and fast microwave, and we have seen that they have different results according what is your objective. Obviously, we cannot forget the consumer. We need to understand which techniques they prefer from their point of view and what they expect from organic products. They don't expect only organic ingredients, they expect good taste, a good nutritional value, naturalness, even if the term naturalness is similar to care, is not clear what it means, environmental friendliness, and so on. And we see that the consumer have no precise ideas about processing techniques. They are too much professional for a consumer point of view, but the consumer prefer techniques they perceive as natural and traditional. So boiled peas are perceived more natural than ultra-processed veggie burger, and consumer consider many aspects from additives to taste, packaging. We have spoken about packaging in the first part of the morning, but they want more information. Even if we have seen they don't necessarily understand it, but they want information. So we have seen some key point, some negative impact and positive impact of processing and communication of processing in the lab from the consumer point of view. Some research are already available on the website. Others will be available after publication in scientific journals, because as you know, scientific journal want to publish new research, and if we publish before in the website, they cannot be of interest of journals. So, but a lot of studies were published in main scientific journal. The core of the project is the code of good practice that helps companies in decision making, and you can find it in the project website. It is in a Excel format. It is in English, but we hope that every national organization can help in translating into national language. It covers all aspects, from organizational requirements to quality management, processing, packaging, advertising, and going deep in social and environmental standards. It is organized as a checklist of all the relevant aspects in the management of the food business, and some steps are compulsory, others are optional. with a reference to legislation, suggested tools, etc. And all companies can find the code in the project website, and they can use it for free to improve their performance. There is if you give a look, you see all the part of the business management are covered and clearly indicate the best practices collected from companies in order to have the best organic processed product. So from the general management, traceability, bookkeeping, the way to select raw materials, and in which way you can accredit your supplier, and in which way you can evaluate the quality and the compliance of the product you use in your recipe. So everything is really covered by the code of practice, and it can be really a fundamental tool for the improvement of the quality of products. So to conclude, because I have to be really quick, first visit the website and study the material it provides. Secondly, commit your company to networking nationally and strengthen your national organic association, and encourage it to network internationally through IFOAM Organics Europe and the various tools of cooperation that will make possible results that are not within the reach of individual companies or national organizations. Thank you.
Great, thank you very much, Roberto, for that quick whistle-stop tour through what is a pretty massive project with big implications. So I don't think we've got any questions on StreamYard at the moment. So if you have a question, please can you post it in the chat now? And I'll ask the team in Warsaw if there's anyone from the floor who has a question to let me know. But in the meantime, I've got one for you, Roberto. So I'm interested to know what you would like, what's your vision for the outcome of the ProOrg findings? Is this something that you would like to see one day integrated into organic regulation, or just to be like a code of practice that everyone uses? Where would you like this to go next?
But so the code details deeply the best way to be compliant to the regulation, and add something more to be a more responsible company in order to fulfill the what the consumer is asking for, because the regulation is not asking for special details in the label, because we have to be compliant to the general legislation about information to consumer. But we have some more we have consumer we want to know more than the average consumer. So it's not compulsory, but it's recommended to offer to all our customers more information in line with they are waiting for from organic products. And it's a way not only to give information, but even to increase confidence in our products. So it's not only an issue of giving them the answer they are waiting for, but helping them to love more organic products every day, because they find all they need, all they want, even in the label, not only within the pack.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, great. Thank you very much. And yeah, I think we're still waiting for some questions. So this is great for me because I just get to ask everything. So in terms of the process with the project, has there been anything that's surprised you, or that was particularly challenging in working in such a big consortium? So I kind of want the behind the scenes gossip.
We have seen several differences among companies, but it was clear because we have different country habits and standards, and we have different size of companies, different level of organization. So we have 4 big companies and a lot of smaller one. So it's clear the organizational level is different, but even the machinery in the plants are absolutely different. But the same style of products are different. So to give you an idea, in Italy we don't use apple juice. We use apricot, pear, and peach juice, and they are not limpid, they are not clear. So it's a different even way of consumption, and so it was a EU, and not only EU, wide view in the industry, but it is important because you can have from every different situations some inputs that you can adopt in your country and in your company too. But we have seen a real involvement about increasing of quality by companies, and really I wasn't not surprised by the low level of knowledge by consumers, and it is not an organic issue because it's an objective of the general food industry. It's better that the consumer have not idea on what is put in their food. So having this general habits, even in the organic consumer, have very little idea about food processing, additives, and so on.
Great, thank you very much. Still no questions from the audience. I guess Friday morning it's a quiet time, or Friday afternoon if you're on the continent, as I'm here in the UK. So just a bit of a reflection. I think it's really interesting in this session, but also from the packaging session before, quite how much work is happening in the organic sector that's not just about regulation. You know, this is about really trying to drive organic towards the principles more and more. And I think there's often a mistake to think that organic is the regulation is the ceiling, when really it's a floor. And a project like this really demonstrates that. So we need to wrap up in about a minute, Roberto. Is there any final thoughts that you'd like to share, or any tips or hints for the audience? And also, when's the project likely to conclude? That's the question I meant to ask.
So the most relevant the thing that we can see from the results is the importance of working together. So to networking, as I have told, at the national level, in a national organization, but even at European and transnational level, working together, because there is no fear of competition. We need to increase as a movement, and only working close together we can achieve these results. And I really recommend to be part of this good food revolution for all companies, and to keep in mind, really, we are important. We are more than Cyprus inhabitants. We are an economic reality, and but we have a responsibility with the planet, with the wellness of people, with our environment, and so we need become every day stronger, and every tool we can use to become stronger is welcomed.
Thank you, Roberto. A great point to wrap up with. And now I'd just like to thank you and also to the audience for listening. And now we are going to go through to our next session. So please click the link and we'll see you there. Thank you, Roberto.